Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and from our friends at Katy Designs, I have two really beautiful die-cut 3D decoupage designs. This one is called Wren May Blossom, and this one's Bird in Bloom. Each one of these packages contains 3 sheets. And this is the type of cards they make. Beautiful 3D. Look at those layers. This is the card that my friend Debbie made, and this is our giveaway card for this episode. So if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. So in each one of the packages I showed you, you get 3 of these sheets like this one. Okay, and they just punch right out, and then you use little pieces of foam tape to layer all of these little smaller punch outs onto the larger ones. I'm going to give you a little demonstration about that later, but let's get on to this card that Debbie made. So cute. This is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. Really cute. And for the background papers for this, you guys, she used Whispering Florals 12 by 12 patterned cardstock and the coordinating solid cardstock as well. You can see just how beautiful this paper is. So first she did a layer of solid cardstock, and then she cut some of the patterned cardstock just a little bit smaller, and then took this piece that I was going to show you, this one right here, the rectangle. Okay, I took this one and matted that also with that same green, and then took 2 strips of solid cardstock, and she used our green Script Greeting Dazzle stickers. Okay, they are 3 different sheets of sentiments all in one package in this really great forest green, and put that just along the bottom, and then she embellished all the little flowers and things with pink Jewel Dazzle stickers. Let me grab mine right here, and I'm going to demonstrate a little bit later how we just pull those right off the sheet and very easily use them to decorate the card. Now, how we do our giveaway card is we're trying to promote our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. So if you're watching us on our webisode page, you can expand this page and you'll see a little YouTube icon. You can click on that and it'll take you to our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. We ask that you subscribe to the channel, and then give this video a thumbs up, like it, and then leave us a comment. And then after about a week, we will reply, congratulations, YouTube username blank. So you've got to know your YouTube username, and give you instructions on how to claim your card. So one lucky viewer can win this card, and we do this giveaway every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday webisodes, so you get 3 chances a week to win a card, and we'll send it to you free for some happy mail. All right, so the next one, beautiful. This is also a 5 by 6.5 inch card. This is Debbie made this one as well, and look at this. On the inside, she just used kind of little scrap pieces that were left over. So you've got this little piece right here, okay? It's so tiny. It's just a small little paper towel. It has 1, 2 layers, okay? And then she also used this little circular piece right here, and then this border piece, oops, sorry, this border piece right here, that got laid down there. Yeah, just to create a really cute little focal, and then she tore out some paper here from the background paper that she used. So let's get to that first. She used Botanical Library, so cute. So she actually took one of the little rectangles from the Botanical Library, and she tore it, and she inked the edges of that with lipstick pink. And then when she was ready, after covering her card with this paper right here and the striped paper, she used some really cool Stitched Dazzle stickers. If you've not seen these before, they're really fun to use. They come in a 4-pack with all these bright, beautiful colors. Okay, she used some green ones just to go across the seam of the 2 papers, as if that seam was stitched together. So cute. Another little strip of this pink paper where she put those green Script Greeting Dazzle stickers again. And then this one right here, after she tore that, she foam taped that, added a little bit of those pink Jewel Dazzle stickers right there, just a little cluster of 3. And then these frames, you guys, these beautiful frames, they are paper frames. They are embossed, and they come with 4 in this package. Debbie took one of them and she inked the edges with both that beautiful lipstick pink around the outside edge, and then she used khaki around the inside edge with pink, around the outside edge with the khaki, and then she embellished those with all those little tiny pink jewel dazzle stickers. But that seems like it would take forever. She used a little jewel picker to just lift them off using this. I'm going to demonstrate this shortly, and that makes this process go a lot faster. So how did she get this circle in her card? How'd she get that window? Well, she used a circle cutting die and a die cutting machine. If you don't have that, you could also trace a circle and then use some tiny scissors and cut one out. But she used the die cutting machine, and how she did that was she placed her cutting die here after the card was covered with papers. So after the pink and tan paper were on here, she placed this circle cutting die, the straight edge one, right there. Then she takes a scrap piece of cardstock, puts it there, and then folds the back over. So it's a sandwich, it's a cutting die sandwich. And then you're gonna put this half, which is this side, which is 5 inches wide, through your 6-inch wide platform if you have something like a Big Shot, and you're going to put it through and go through your die cutting machine that way. Now it will leave an impression like this on the back side of your card, and then on the inside, that's why she covered that with paper, because not only does it look nice in the window, it covers up that impression. So that's how we get around having a 6-inch wide platform die cutting machines and then cutting windows from our cards. All right, so next, let's see. Yeah, we did the frame. I'm trying to remember if we did everything. Once she had the frame done, of course, did another frame here, so cute. This one she just inked with the khaki ink, and then created her little scene here so that when you shut the card, it peeks through the window. Isn't that just adorable? All right, so next, go. Wanted to show you on this sheet, okay, we have this large piece right here, all right? And for that one, I actually went back to my circle cutting dies and I die cut this rectangle piece with one of the circle cutting dies. And then I used one of those little frames again and used a little applicator tool to just put ink, green ink, around the surface of that. And because it's an embossed frame, when you take the surface of something that's flat like this and just rub it over the surface like this, it's picking up that ink, darker on the raised areas and lighter around the edges, okay? And then I took my little die cut circle that I cut from this, glued it to the back of the frame, and then I actually used a scalloped one. I forgot about that because the next size down was a little bit too small, so I used the scallop frame, but the scallops disappear behind it. So then I took the next layer, all of these little pieces. I just used a few of them. I didn't use the whole thing. I used this layer right here. Which did I use? Yes, I used this one. And just foam taped that right there. And then I used this one, which is this piece, added some more of those cute little jewel dazzle stickers. And then I did assemble most of the bird, okay? I just did 2 layers. So let me show you on this one, before I finish the circle card, how you use these. If you're unfamiliar, you're just punching them out. And you see how I'm just punching out small areas and kind of keeping my fingers on them so that they're supported. You don't just rip them out kind of like, you know, tearing a Band-Aid off. You just have to take them very carefully and support all those little areas. I like to take a little pair of scissors or even like a sanding block and trim off the little nubby pieces that are on here, because I just like the cleaner look of that, but lots of people don't take them off, and I think that's fine too. Okay, and so you're just going around and taking those little tabs that are holding them in place. Then for foam tape, you can use these pre-cut little squares of foam tape, and they have double-sided adhesive, and you just peel them off and then you peel off the top part. These work great, especially for traveling. These are great. But Debbie and I, because we make so many of these and we'd go through so many of those squares, we like to take our giant wheel of foam tape. So that's 150 feet or 50 yards of foam tape. Clip off a chunk of it. It's 1/2 inch wide. We take some scissors that are titanium so they don't stick as much. And then you're just going to go like this. 1, 2, like that. And then you can stick this to like the edge of your desk or something. And then you have these little cut pieces. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some, you can put them either like this, usually I do, put them like this, on the back. And you don't need a ton of these, okay? This, and I'll do like this. And what I like about cutting my own is I can control like how thick or thin I make them. This one is a little too big, so we're going to cut that one in half. All right, so once they're like that, then you're going to tear off the little bits of the backing. Like this. And when I'm doing this at my desk, I usually do this part to multiple pieces at a time, so that I can have 3 or 4 pieces ready to go in the layers, and then it just doesn't take as long. Okay, and then you just, then you just align. Wow, come on, Lene, you have sticky fingers today. There we go, got it fixed. You take this piece and you're aligning it with this piece. And how do I know which piece to go on which? This one is labeled with a 2. Okay, so that's the one you're going to put on there. And then we go down here, this one's labeled with a 3. Punch this one out. This one's easier to punch out because it doesn't have a lot of little things on it. You can use your fingernail or your scissors or a sanding block to take off the little tabs if you want. And then you're going to take off a couple more pieces of tape. I can make these pieces of tape a little bit bigger. And that's all I'm going to use on these because it's a bigger area. And you're going to take this one and align it just like that. And then the last piece would be the little wing, and you put that right there too. So that's how they work. If you've never used the 3D decoupage before, it's really fun. All right, let's take this piece. So back to this one with my little circle, and I've added these little jewel dazzle stickers. Now one of my jewel dazzle stickers came off here, so I'm going to take my, this is a jumbo jewel picker, and we really like it because it's got a larger surface. You touch it on here, stir it around a little bit, and then I can just take it and I can put my jewel like right there, right? And then on this one, you guys, I took my card and then I took one of the cutting dies that's a little larger, and I put it here so that the cutting die was extending off of the edge, ran it through my die cutting machine, and then that's how I got this shape right here. It has the flat edge, you included the fold. And then I used my scoreboard. We open this up, and I scored right down the center of the circle so it would fold in half. I'm going to be making an easel card with this, okay? Do it just like this. And then I'm only going to attach this part to this part right here. So we're going to take this foam off. You could use glue too. One or the other, but not both. We're going to put that. We're going to close this down, and we're going to make sure this is all going in the right direction. Okay, just like this. All right, and then we need something that's going to be put right here to keep this propped up. Okay, so let's go back to our little sheet here. So cute. And you could add hugs. It's your birthday. So on the front of it, I added one of the green script greeting dazzle stickers. And then around here, I did miss you. And then we could do it's your birthday, miss you, because maybe you're away from somebody. And then we're just going to take some foam tape and cut that in half again and put some foam tape here and here. And then it's just a really fun way to make a cute little card. And then when they open it, they can put that right there, and then it stands up. So cute. Really, really fun. All right, so they've got that one. I've got so much more to show you. Then this last card, Debbie made this one. So cute. I love this one. She used 6x6 paper on this one, you guys. And I'm looking at it and I'm wondering if she cut this one down. Let me guess. Yes, she did. So this is 6 inches wide by 4.5 inches, okay? She covered the card with first Meadow Blooms cardstock in this pretty yellow. And then she took this particular Meadow Blooms 6x6 paper. She cut it down a little bit smaller so it could sit right there. She took one of these beautiful pink stitched Dazzle stickers. She used this loopy one. Put it along this edge. Foam tape A Little Bird Told Me right there. And then this one right here, if you can see, it's a pyramid stack, okay? So that's what this is right here. You take this one, this one, this one, and this one. It gives you 4 layers. She took this one first, she matted it with a little bit of this yellow cardstock, okay? And then she took foam tape and put this one on next, and you just want to put it in the center, this one, and then finally this one. Then she took leftover pieces, okay? So these are the pieces that I did not use, and then she glues those directly to the card right there. Super cute, right? I think that is really great. All right, you guys, so got lots of ideas for you here. I'm gonna prop up my little card. There you go. And remember, you get 3 of each of these sheets. So it makes a ton of cards, but we've given you all these different ideas of what you can do, and I think to fully use all of them. So we have a great money saver that's right there on that side of the screen. And then if you look down below the video, you'll see all the items that we used, all the jewel dazzles, all the tools that we used are listed down below the video. And let's see what else. If you're watching us on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link that'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. So thanks for joining me today, you guys. Don't forget, participate in our giveaway. We love to give away a card, and I'll see you in the next one.